Guys, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to take a straight section of pipe and we're going to be turning it into pie cuts. So stay tuned. Alright, so to get started, you're going to need a couple basic tools. Your pipe, whatever size you want. This is some 3-inch 304 stainless steel exhaust pipe. And then you're going to need, you don't need to use one of these, but here's a level, preferably something that sits flat and is almost the size of the pipe. So since this is 3-inch pipe, you want to find something that's about 1.5 inches thick. This is like 1 1/4, so it's pretty close. So basically, you're going to take a Sharpie and you're going to lay the level out flat, and then I already drew the line, but you can see there's a line. So you get your level and your pipe and you line it up, and then you just draw a line with your Sharpie. And after you have your line, you're going to flip it 180 degrees to the other side and draw another line across, so that way there's a line on opposite sides of the pipe. So you just want to make sure they're directly across. That will help you. You can see this side's already cut, so because I've been cutting some pieces. Right here, some pieces. So these are all right. This is my first cut, so not bad. And here's the other ones. So then when you put them together, you just line up the Sharpie marks and they'll go together like this. That way you can get a 90-degree bend out of a sharper 90 degree than just a regular mandrel bent. Like, here's a mandrel bent 90 degree, and you're basically trying to take this and make a 90, but you can make it at a lot tighter of a radius, and it also looks cooler too. Alright, so what I'm cutting the pipe with is just this Harbor Freight bandsaw. It's not the best, but it does get the job done. You don't need a bandsaw to do this. It just makes it a lot easier. You could also use a angle grinder with some cutoff discs, but it may not come out perfect. Or you can also use, I have one over here, you can also use a chop saw with a metal bit, but that won't come out as nice as the bandsaw because the chop saw blade's a lot thicker. So best way to cut these is pretty much a bandsaw, preferably a better bandsaw than this one. This one works, but it's not the greatest. So when you're setting up your bandsaw, you're going to want to set it up. I have it set up to about 7 degrees, anywhere from 7.5 degrees. If you set it up over here like that, what happens is when you cut this, so you'll cut one side at 7.5, and then after that cut's done, you'll flip it over and cut it again. And basically what that does is it gives you 7.5 degrees on either side. So basically up here at the fattest part is about 15 degrees. So then you have to make 6 of these pie cuts to make a 90-degree bend. So you'll need 6 at 15. You can cut them different ways. You can cut them at one of the more common ways is 4 degrees. You can cut them at 9 degrees. However you cut them, it will take either less or more of these pie cuts to make a 90-degree bend. So I went with about 7.5, so that way I'll have 6 pie cuts in a 90-degree bend. So let me get this set up to cut, and then I'll show you more how we cut it. All right, so I got my camera all set up, and now we're gonna cut another section. So I'm gonna bring the saw down, and basically what I'm trying to figure out is this end width here. Lean the camera forward. There we go. Now you can see. So you see how you'll see up here and down here. Basically, for down here, I'm trying to make them all the same. So I have this little bit, and what I do is I basically just kind of, wherever the blade touches down, I try and make that about the width of what the bottom will be, so that they're all pretty close. And you also want to have the line at the top, so that way your cuts are even. So then that looks pretty good. So we'll tighten that down. I'll set this back up, and we'll get this pipe tightened down good. And then we'll turn it on. There we go. And that is what we got off of there. So that's how you cut it. And then this one kind of shifted a little. Like I said, this bandsaw isn't the greatest, but you want to kind of keep it like that at all times. So now that this is cut, what we're going to do is rotate it to the other line, bring it out, bring the saw back down, and get it set up for the next cut. So now that it's basically set up for the next cut, you can start cutting it. So let's take this piece over to the other ones and let's see how it fits up. All right, so they're not perfectly lined up, but you get the picture. So this is with 4 pieces. I'm just holding it together with some tape right now on the back. So this is with 4 pieces. So to make a 90, we would need to cut 2 more. 2 more pieces would finish this, and then it would be a 90-degree bend. So I'm gonna cut those other 2 pieces, but I'm not gonna show that. So that's basically just a simple little quick video on how to make pie cuts at home. See, not too many special tools, just a bandsaw, or like I said, use an angle grinder, or like a chop saw over there. Those will all work. You might have a little bit more cleaning up to do. I also just made this tonight, a teardrop exit. It's not perfect, needs a little bit more sanding, but not bad for my first one. I think I'm gonna do a video on how to make one of these too for beginners. Also, new video coming up that I'm working on this is a 2018 Tacoma that's getting a new metal front bumper and some new headlights. It was an accident and I'm repairing it. So, new headlights. I still have the E30, so check out some of my other videos. There's a hood I'm working on, my bike. But that's it for today's video. Just real simple kind of how-to on how to make pie cuts at home in your garage. You can do this with, you don't have to do this with stainless. You can do this with stainless, regular, just mild steel exhaust piping, aluminum, titanium, anything you want. You can apply this to anything. So I hope that helps you guys out. If you have any questions, ask them down in the comments, and make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Until next time, see you guys.